Hello, my beautiful peasants, and welcome back to the Taverb. Hopefully no power outages today. Yeah, so there was like kind of a storm, but like not really. Not for East Tennessee. I'm like, it's a drizzle, it's not a storm. Yeah, no, a tree fell on a power line. Not that far from us, actually. So, quite literally, no power. Yeah. But they fixed it in a couple hours. Unfortunately, that is the time of the whole stream. So, we did not come back. If it was like within 30 minutes, I might have come back, but I decided instead to stream today. I love that everyone's enjoying the festive waiting screen. You can thank Aloha for that. You can also thank Aloha for making me cry on stream. Thank you. That was great. If you missed yesterday, there was well, most of you guys signed the card, but they're just a very, very sweet card from a lot of the peasants. It's very sweet of y'all. Yes, thank you, thank you. Hello, hello. We got a lot of people here. My goodness. Yeah, it was very fixable, so not a problem. All right, anyone I haven't seen in a hot minute? I haven't seen Duke in a hot minute. Hello, hello. Sean's, you're on the Discord all the time. I know you. Savvy Elephant, Jared, good to see you. I hope you enjoyed your visit to Tennessee. If I remember correctly, you should have already done that. Very good. All right, I think we're all set here. Sean, well, yes, but I'm glad to be watching the stream again. Yeah. Oh, goodness. So I did a little poll on our Discord because obviously our previous stream was cut short significantly. And I was like, hey, what day works best for y'all? And other than being, okay, now it's not a three-way tie, now it's a 5-5-6, almost exactly a three-way tie. It does make me realize that I do miss being able to stream every day, so my goal is to get back to like I wake up, coffee, all that good stuff, and then by noon I'm ready to stream, and ideally streaming every day from noon to 2, so Monday through Friday. Just like a 2-hour workday, and I can get another 4 hours of sculpting in ideally. So it's like normal workday without being insane. And yeah, I think that'd be nice. That's the goal. Don't expect that. Expect 2 streams a week for now. But again, seeing that poll and seeing that it wasn't just 5 people that voted for all 3 days, it was like several different people that voted. Some people voted for all days, but pretty much everyone picked just 1 or 2. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to like miss someone entirely just because I didn't stream that day, you know? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The way I'm going to combat this not being sustainable is the Taverb Chronicles and having episodes in seasons. So as of now, we're in season 1, and when does season 1 end? Kind of whenever I feel like it. Whenever I'm like, you know, I want a little break. So that will conclude season 1. I'll get everything uploaded to the wiki of all the characters we created that season, and then kind of a nice little bow. Sappy is deaf. Done with what? Sorry, I'm deaf. You went to Tennessee, right? Like you visited? Because you messaged me like, oh, like how is it there? Or like weather or whatever. I'll be in your neck of the woods or something. But yes, it was especially gorgeous this year. Is it, if it's only 2 days a week, is it the same 2 days? Nope. Nope. Not consistent. How do I like the stat block? I love the stat block. So let's roll into it. Let's get started, y'all. Okay. Welcome to the Taverb Chronicles. It's where every sculpt becomes a story and every story becomes part of the Taverb, which is a fancy way of saying that we're making characters. And these are not Patreon requests and they have no restrictions on them. It's just what you guys and I want to make. It's the peasants and I don't know what to call myself. Me. Peasants and me. And that's the whole point. So it's kind of like a reoccurring little sculpting adventure. I'll always have like a peasant poll deciding the character initially. So yesterday we picked like what's his demeanor, whether it's like rough and gruff, distracted by treats or whatever. That poll is still in Discord, I believe. But anyway, from there, as we sculpt, I take notes on anything that you guys say that's like a lore suggestion, and we kind of start building upon it. So, and then if you do contribute something that I keep, you are going to be part of the lore scroll under peasant honors. So yes. So the big ones that we came up with yesterday is the thunder damage from snoring, which is really cute. So that's why it's his middle name now. So this is based on my dog, Maverick. Maverick, Thunder, Snore, potentially last name being Armstrong, or maybe it should just be Hoover, because now that's my last name. I got married in case you didn't know. All right. And then also the idea that I like bought a bunch of land to build this Taverb, and then he just happened to be there and then he wouldn't leave and now he works there. Very cute. That's kind of on the tentative side too, but those are the things that we've talked about so far. I have my little notes open. And yeah, we're sculpting this guy from scratch just for fun. If I get burned out doing that, then we will move things around. Because I already did a Pugfolk before. I sculpted this, and that head was also from scratch. When I say from scratch, I just mean from a sphere. There's nothing wrong working from base meshes. I just like to point out if I did sculpt it from scratch, really just for my students, in case they're like, oh, show me how to do it from a sphere. That's all I say that for. All right. Good, very good. Alrighty. Taverb owner, Mia. Yeah, I guess I am just a Taverb owner. Not the Tavernkeeper. Barkeeper. That's my dog. Anyway, let's get rolling, shall we? So I kind of have this little body blocked out. He is stout and odd. I do want him somewhat anthropomorphic, but I'm not necessarily hell-bent on it being quite as humanoid as this. It might be a weird in-between of like just a pug standing on its feet in like a little suit. I'm undecided whether he is going to have kind of like this kind of getup where it's just like a loose coat almost, like a loose open shirt with an undershirt, or like the apron. I'm actually not sure what I want for that, so I'm gonna make a poll for that right now. What is Maverick? I like Maverick Thunder Snore. What is Maverick Thunder Snore wearing? And then are we gonna call him the Tavernkeeper or the Barkeep? I'm undecided on that too. For now, I'm calling him Tavernkeeper. Apron, shirt plus undershirt. Obviously, he's gonna have pants. We don't need to debate that. And then there will always be an other where you guys can discuss. But as of now, we have apron, and then we have the shirt and undershirt. And then these two references here are of my dog. This is obviously not my dog, but it's a pug, so threw it in there in the references. Reefer is here. Hello, hello. Your message, or like your note in the card, was one of the very few that I read yesterday out loud because it was a little sillier, so it didn't make me like cry. It was kind of like a little break. I'm like, oh cool, a basement joke about Ricky. Bam, reading that. Only apron. And then it just shows like his little funny dog butt and like his little curly tail. I'll let y'all discuss on that while I work on his face. All right. I'm gonna keep this Pugfolk Gunslinger here. It's my emotional support model. To all my fellow artists, I'm sure you guys understand where it's like, do I know how to create art? Do I know how to do things? So I like having art that I like also on the screen to be like, oh yes, yes, I do know what I'm doing. Okay. Let's get started. I'm gonna start blocking out a little bit of a nose here. And then again, as far as like how the model is going to look stylistically, it's not gonna be like full Disney by any means. It's just gonna be kind of like a happy medium. You're gonna see the proportions change a bunch. And I'm gonna be heavily relying on the clay brush. See, that's already too much of a snout for him. It's a pug. He's got like, no snout. I do want to stylize some things and make him extra cute. So probably gonna like upturn that nose a little bit, bring out his little cheeks. And then the nostrils are a little gigantic right now. So let's kind of smooth those away or bring in some more volume there. There we go. There we go. I'm looking at this picture in particular because he's just such a little dingus. I love my dog. I am a little frustrated with myself for not having a single reference of my dog where his ears are normal. They're either flipped inside out here or they are pulled up like Yoda. Or not like Yoda, the opposite. Oh, like a Frenchie. There we go. My plan for today is to stream for 2 hours. We'll see. We'll see. Sometimes the streams go long. And also, as of right now, I don't have any plans for like the chaos wheel or whatever. If you give me money and donate, I'll just be like, yay, thank you. I don't have any effects in motion right now or anything like that. I am working on an effect where whatever emojis you guys have in the chat will like flutter down the screen, which is kind of cool. As of now, I only have it working for cherry blossom petals, which is a vibe, but not quite as interactive. So that is coming at some point. And then let me read through and see what's going on here. I think he should have a low-cut shirt with some chest hair popping out. I do like that idea. So no matter what, we're gonna do that. Kind of like this model, because like he does have all of this fluff. So it's not gonna be like chest hair, it's gonna be like long neck hair. You know what I mean? It's a dog, it's covered in hair. Okay. Command word cry. Why are we telling me to cry? Ah, points to a low. Yes, it's your turn. Mods, cry. Mandela is here. Hello, hello. Maybe not an apron, but a bib. That is too ridiculous. Oh my goodness. My dog needs some dignity. He's running an establishment. Thank you. A bib. Oh my god. Oh, I love it. We have a strict no cry rule in place now, guys. No more cry. Yeah, that's my 2026 streaming goal, is to not cry on stream. Yeah, not a goal I thought I was gonna have to make. Anyway. So if you want to make something cute, you usually want to put the face low. And by the face, I mean like the eyes and the mouth. That's the face. Put it low on the head and it'll look cuter. There we go. I do like this kind of, you know, smile he's got going on here. And then this is a really easy way I like to do eyelids. I simply duplicate the eyeball itself and then, come on, mask that in half and then split them. Nice and simple. I like to zero mesh a few times, and all it does is just lower the poly count and kind of clean up the topology a little bit. Again, there are so many different ways to achieve the same effect. And there we go. We already are starting to get some personality here. He's got the face of a mob boss. don't know if he's gonna be that cool. But he does look like that right now. Or at least this guy does. There we go. See what I mean? The eyelids are so important. It's looking a little disturbing as opposed to cute right now, but it's okay. We're gonna bring it all together. Oh my god, it's horrifying. Trust the process. So right now I'm just kind of cleaning up some shapes here. Gonna make the snout a little more narrow, and then the big thing here is figuring out the head shape. And luckily I have these lovely references here of my doggo. The ears are also kind of an interesting shape right now, so I want to work on those too. They're kind of thick, so let's go ahead and thin them up right here. I'm going to use a trim dynamic brush for that. And then I'm going to make him adorable, but like he has at least a single thought in his head. We're aiming for one thought. Oh, yesterday before the power went out, we were talking about what, like if he could talk, and we pretty much all agreed that he could understand Common for sure, but then we were all kind of debating how much Common he could speak, and I think we were toying with the idea that he can only say like 3 words or something, being like pay, hi, that kind of thing. And maybe like eat. So right now I'm just shaping the ears. Oh my god, it's terrifying. One brain cell crew, let's go. Would he have, let's see, like a sausage in one hand and a mug in the other? That'd be very barkeep. I like that. Taverb conspiracy theory. Mia told Ricky to take out the local power line so that Taverb didn't see her cry anymore. No, that is not what happened. I was done crying when that happened, but that would have been really funny if the stream just cut during that. All right, kind of looking for some more landmarks that are here. He's got like these pretty strong cheekbones, and then it dips in and it connects to this ridiculous big fluffy chin. There we go. Kind of getting my bearings on this weird pug face. I wanted to go with these big exaggerated eyes, but they're too big for me to handle. There we go. And then let's go ahead and just move this whole thing down. Can give him more of a little intense expression. For a second, it looked like a Chad face. I did, for a brief second there. I know what you're talking about. Notice I use the trim dynamic brush a lot, and it's just kind of like mapping out like a flat plane. I always have a very clear, like, primitive shape in mind. That's why I'm kind of giving him like a cube head right now. And then I think I might even split his mouth into 2 different pieces. If I do that, it's gonna make it a lot easier to potentially make it so his mouth can open later on, and that's always fun. I'm gonna go like this, kind of grab his chin. There we go. This is also why I like sculpting from scratch on stream, because it just looks so dumb for so long. I don't know, it's just a good time. There we go. He's beautiful, guys. It's happening. Dogs are weird to sculpt. The pugs are even weirder, so it looks great so far. It looks like a something. Maverick the barkeep has a strict no tennis ball rule in the Taverb after some crafty customers decided to throw the ball every time they needed to pay their tab. This made Maverick sprint after it without being able to stop himself. You know, he's not much of a tennis ball dog, but he does love bones. Like, that's his favorite thing. At any given point, there are like 6 bones laying throughout the house. So, yeah. I just think a no tennis ball rule sounds better than a no bone rule. I don't know, I could see that not being taken the wrong way. Oh yeah, I do love this. And this is one of the references we got from Paint yesterday. Grumly. Oh, he's so silly. And this is kind of what's shaping this more silly look to my model as opposed to the more serious one I did here. There we go. So now that I have the mouth in 2 different pieces, it's gonna give me a little bit more control over the face here. There we go. That's better. And then what I'm really kind of thinking about right now is cleaning up the ears. I've always had a hard time with ears. So look how front facing they are. That's a good reference. Okay, I'm just gonna delete these ears. I knew I thought about this. I knew I had a thought. Okay, so the head shape kind of comes up. You can do a flat section, flat, okay. So there's a plane here, and then there's another plane right here. Yeah. There we go. Cube head. Sweet. And now I have little slots to pin these ears on. And then the back of his head's kind of funny because, like, I don't know, pugs just have, like, no neck. So we're just going to kind of round that off into one smooth plane. There we go. Oh, it's looking cuter. I'm going to subdivide this once and then delete that lowest subdivision level because it doesn't have enough like polygon density to keep the information that I need. I'm gonna use a damp sander brush to start kind of mapping out these ridiculous brows he's gonna have. The gif that Aloha put of a pug drinking what looks to be vodka in the Discord. If you're not already in our Discord, you need to jump in there because that's where all the memes go. I use that same thing to make Zap blocks. Paint when I did my Kickstarter, the Book of Beasts, or no, yeah, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, that's how I did those. He should have divine smite against skeletons. Heck yeah. Maybe a no toy rule might be better. Yeah, see, once I said it, like I knew, I was like, oh, we can't say that. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. All right, we've made some improvements here. I like it. I'm also gonna start adding some fluff to his neck and stuff. I'm just using the move brush and holding down option so it like pulls shapes towards the camera. Okay, I might be making this a little too fluffy. No such thing. And notice that like as I move around with the fluff, like I'm not keeping the exact same texture everywhere, and then I'll come through with a smooth brush to kind of chill some of it out. All right, that looks good enough, and then I need to make these ears that I'm avoiding. How do I do an ear? We're gonna do one at a time, because it's gonna be the same ear, spoiler alert. We're gonna Dynamesh this. It's a little long. There we go. I'm gonna make it thinner, and then I'm gonna take this plane and hopefully get a nice shape here. I know I need it to have like a point before I start shaping it too much. And then we're gonna ZBrush it a few times. Sean says, okay, but imagine the puns for a no ball rule. Is this true? I mean, it's your guys' Taverb. If you're not offended by stupid jokes, go nuts. Sean says, in other news, my boyfriend just learned that Anakin Skywalker himself will be at an upcoming convention he's going to. He's very hyped for good reason. Oh, I love that. I read something that like because the prequels were so like hated, like that actor, like it, you know, it was hurtful and it sucked, but like now that the prequels have kind of had like a resurgence and like, come on, Star Wars is legendary, right? It's been nice. Maybe I'm reading something that wasn't true, but I swear I saw like a side-by-side picture of like when the prequels first came out and just like this heartbroken guy. It was so sad versus like now when like, people are cheering and like it's very sweet. Why are we save the dinos? Please stop dino meshing. They'll go extinct. What? Oh, is that meme that Ella put in the Discord? I saw that. It was super funny. All right, with some thoughtfulness, we are getting an ear shape that I like. What do you know? You just gotta take your time. Be a spaz? Rush? All right, and the big thing is like the placement on the head. They're surprisingly far forward and kind of rotated like this. Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's a lot better than what I had before, which makes me very happy. And then where did they fall? They kind of fall at the corner of the eye line. Okay, and then mirror and weld. Oh, heck yeah. Now I need to fill up all of this free real estate here with delicious wrinkles, and we'll be in business. I'll probably come back to this head and sculpt it again. I just wanted to like, not sculpt the whole thing, but like, what am I trying to say? Jesus Christ. What I'm trying to say is, this is one of the benefits of having different tools in ZBrush. Let me show you really quick. Teaching mode. All right, here's my ZBrush screen. Oh, all right. So this is up here. These are your tools. So this is where I have like the whole body. And what I like to do is, if all of these subtools are kind of like getting in my way and I'm feeling a little like distracted, I'll just go into a new tool and then just focus on one aspect here. So right here, I just dug into sculpting this head. And then once I'm done with this, I can merge them all down and then pin them back into my main scene, which is really nice because then I can kind of like, if I want to go back and update it, I can go back to like my head scene, you know? You really don't have to do it that way. You can just live in one tool, but yeah, I like to take up more room. Teaching mode over. You know, speaking about the bone thing and that being a problem, in my D&D game on Saturdays, I have a Dire Bunny familiar. Do I have his stat block here? Yes, here we go. I swear there's a point to this. Bear with me. This is my lovely friend, Sir Bucklefang. He's great. And he does have a penalty if he sees any bones. It'd be not these are his improvements. Here we go. Bonemonger. Whenever the dire bunny first sees a bone, it must succeed on a DC 12 wisdom saving throw or become distracted until it possesses the bone or the bone is no longer in its line of sight. While distracted, it spends its movement and actions trying to get closer to the bone and sequester it. That might be perfect for the stat block we're building here for Maverick. This has come up so often, guys. Oh my goodness, it's become like a running joke. Like, we'll start fighting, like, you know, like we're getting up close, like a lich or something epic, you know what I mean? Obviously, there's a bunch of undead and skeletons, and it's been quite a problem. And I always forget, and there's always someone like, sure, a lot of skeletons here. Bones, I believe, and then I have to roll, and it's a whole ordeal. And it's funny because this is like one of my strongest familiars too, so it's always disappointing when he can't fight. Dire Bunny. I'm immediately thinking of Monty Python. It's definitely got Monty Python vibes. And what's funny is I read the stat block obviously, but I did miss that the Dire Bunny can speak common. So like this whole time it could have been speaking, which just makes it hysterical. Oh man. Oh, and then John says, throw me a link to the book your Dire Bunny is from. When you have time, I need it. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's Tamers and Familiars, but who is it from? This is the, oh, that's not helpful. This is the cover. New friends and how to make them. Version 1.6. Where is your credits? Art direction, layout. Do I not know how to read something? Who made you? What if it's all the way at the bottom? There's like a, there should be an ad. Oh, it's Loot Tavern. Loot Tavern made this. Haha. There you go. And there's a thing. I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna open this link and then paste it for y'all. And hopefully it's somewhere in there. There you go. Pretty good. There we go. And Dr. Wildfire is already in there. Are you talking about her little companion from D&D? Bam. Okay. You've been linked. So another thing about my dog, I spent a lot of time petting his dumb little head. He's got like a ridge in the, like, his forehead has like a center ridge and then it like falls off on the sides, it feels like. So I want to make sure I add another plane here. It's like right here. Yeah. Something like that. I don't like these weird, severe cheekbones. I'm going to make them... There we go. I feel like already that looks so much better. We don't need, like, plastic surgery pug. There's no fix in this face. So right now I'm kind of just softening the planes in the back where I had them really defined. Now I'm like, okay, he doesn't need to have a cube for a head. That's fine. Something I love to do when I'm kind of like, I'm happy with the shapes, but I don't really know what else I want to do with it, is I'll start doing bigger deformations. Like I'll just start taking my ZBrush and like really squishing things around. I think I want to lower the ears even more. Oh, it's just so silly. It's very serious. And then he does kind of have like this little mane on his face almost. I know, because whenever I'm like brushing him, it gets kind of tangled right here. All right, and just adding any sort of texture or noise to your models. Oh, I cannot recommend it enough. It will take it to the next level. And it can be tricky because like in the beginning, when you're learning, you're just trying to get like a grasp on all your forms and like you don't want to like muddy things up. You'll come back around to it because you'll get so good at cleaning things up when you need to. All right, I think the more exaggerated cheek is really funny. And then yeah, this is partly why I kept the mouth in 2 different sections. So we can like, ooh, that's scary. Let's make the jaw move instead. Yeah, like what words would he say? Does he have a full vocabulary, guys, or is it just like 3 words? I like that. I like the idea of just not talking very much, like pay. And then what else? Wet drink. Okay, I'm having way too much fun. All right. Sounds good, Reaper. Thanks for being here. There we go. Squishing that in looks a little better. Okay, we made a lot of progress on the head. We're gonna call that good, I think. The last thing I'm gonna do before I call this is I'm gonna move the eyelids around really quick just to see if I find something that I like a lot better. Because they should connect into like this little tear duct area. We'll call that good. Okay. And then from here, I'm gonna go to merge down, merge visible. We can throw that onto our original model. There we go. And this should be an improvement. All right, so this is what we had before, and now this is our more detailed version. It is coming together. This is why you have placeholders, you know? Something to kind of get it roughly there. He can only talk in 1 syllables. I like that. That's a good idea. And that works, like drink, please, or yes, pay, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna write that down. I like that. Single syllables only. Wow, I can't spell syllables. Did I just write syllabus? I did. Anyway, that's fine. Oh my goodness. Duke says, when you were making his mouth talk, all I could think about was the voice of Frank from Men in Black. Heck yeah. So I didn't see Men in Black until after we got our pug, and I felt like it was a great disservice because after that I was like, Ricky, why did we not name our pug Frank? Like, I know it's a little on the nose, but like, Agent Frank. Have I ever played poetry for Neanderthals? I have not. I'm intrigued. Oh, and then I didn't even look at the poll. What's going on? You guys picked apron. I like it. I was kind of thinking the same thing. I'm gonna keep this weird little head blob into a work in progress folder because I might share these files with my students afterwards. I mean, my students are here, you guys can tell me. Do you guys have any interest in playing with this ZPR after I'm done with it? Because like, if so, I can make sure I make it in a way that's accessible so you guys can actually play with it and maybe make your own version of Maverick. His legs weird me out. I need to work on that. And he definitely needs like paws for feet, not like literal. Or is he gonna have shoes? I don't know. All right, we're picking, he's gonna wear an apron, so I'm writing down apron. I'm gonna close that poll right now, and then I'm gonna put in a new one. Start a poll, yes, yes, yes. All right, which is shoes. Yes, shoes, or no, just paws. Well, just paw feet, you know what I mean? There we go. Because he can have like boots. I don't have a strong preference on this, so up to you. All right, we got eyes from Empress, and we got paint saying I would love the file to mess with. Could make them do weird things. Of course, sounds good. I'll make sure that I write this ZPR in a way that is usable, which means I'm gonna put my ad back up here. Dude, want these files? M3DM students get them on Discord after stream. Except you don't today. You get it when it's done. That was a terrible ad. By Friday, probably. That was slightly better. And then Sappy says, Pug, make guest smile, yum drink, yum food. That's great. That's great. Sappy, you're being added to the peasant honors. I'm gonna add you as Sappy Elephant. I guess he wouldn't be able to say his own name because his name is Maverick. So maybe he just call himself Mav. I mean, that's fair. I call him that. Mav make guest smile. I like just yum drink, yum food is my favorite. Yum drink, yum food. And then socks? No, it looked just kind of like lumpy. Sean says, I think he'd either have shoes or bare paws because claws would poke straight through the socks, assuming he has pug feet and not humanoid feet. Oh yeah, it's definitely not going to be human feet. That'd be weird. Hi, me Mav. Okay, me Mav is so cute. Me Mav. Very good. Speaking of, these hands are horrifying. It's just too many fingers. I'm a big fan of the 3 fingers for kind of simplified little dudes. I mean, it's probably not gonna end up mattering a ton because I'm just gonna end up having him hold stuff anyway. And then we're not gonna need these either. That's a little better. That's a little less disturbing. And then how are we doing? Yeah, no, just paws, feet, paw feet. Very good, very good. Oversized boots with a boot knife in one. He's just not that cool. I love that idea, but just a reminder of who we're dealing with here. Does he look like he'd have knives in his boots? Maybe that's just what he wants you to think. Oh my goodness, yes, he needs every variation of bark, arf, woof, boof in his vocabulary. Oh my goodness. Why not leg wraps that he stuffs a boot knife into? I was thinking he'd just have like normal pants, but we'll see. All right, so these are going to be his pants. We're gonna merge his butt to his legs to make into pants, as you do. So normally when I am sculpting stuff like this, I'll have like the body and then I'll extract clothes off of it. In this case, it's gonna be kind of like built in. All right, how am I gonna do stylized cute feet? Thinking. What shape do I want them to be? More on the rounded side, for sure. And then with, obviously, toe beans. So let me increase the resolution here a touch. And we'll just try some stuff out. I mean, like the classic way I draw it if I was like a kid is this. That might be successful in itself. But it kind of looks more like rabbit feet, maybe. And then I can inflate them. And then I don't remember what toe beans look like for some reason. Something kind of like this. This is very simple. These are more like little bear feet. If you hold down Command and Option, you can make the mask a little harsher, so it's a little cleaner when you get results like that. Those look funny because they're so far forward on his feet. I don't like it. Remove. All right, let's go ahead and flatten those feet a little bit. All right, we have something resembling what I want. A bone knife. That'd be cool. Just a bone sharpened to a very stabby point after he's gnawed on it so much. That's gonna be, oh, and then I can put that knife in his apron. You know, he'll look a little bit more like a butcher, but that's fine. Bone knife. Okay, I have that written down. All right, we have people. Good. Very good. If I ever miss you guys, just repeat yourself. You guys know the drill. All right, we have this main body area looking good. I think I'm making him excessively fat. Sorry, doggo. Okay. I don't think the pants are going to be a super important detail, so that's partly why I'm just making them very simple, kind of like boot cut and loose. We're going to Z-remesh by half a few times to try to get like a cleaner border on the foot, which is like the one spot I'm not getting it. So I'm going to go in with my Z-Mauler brush and delete that line. There we go. And now I can take my move brush and move that edge. That's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting that clean edge right there. Oh, ZBrush is like, you do not get that. I thought I was probably rushing it a little too much. I have so many things open when I stream. I'm probably pushing it a little bit. Let me simplify. Something I need to do is get Discord on my iPad so I can have Discord run there instead. I'm actually going to close Discord for right now because it tends to make my computer crash when I am also streaming. So, note for self later. Not a huge deal. I just don't have enough screens in front of me, guys. So our goal today is to get a rough sculpt of the body and head. I do think the head ended up being a bit more than a rough sculpt. I actually think it's looking quite good. There we go. John says, I was gonna draw and I got sidetracked to heck with this. Whoops. Let it inspire you. Maybe draw something related to this. I'm just thinking, I mean, you usually do like full blown out awesome characters. But if you're in the mood for something maybe a little bit smaller, I mean, you could just do like, I don't know, an accessory. You could draw the bone knife maybe, and then I could model it later. His weird little feet. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Oh my goodness. I like the feet I made before. I don't like these feet. These feet are not speaking to me at all. I do like that they're kind of nubby. Make them flat on the bottom. Yes, ZBrush. I know. So I quit unexpectedly. I know. Empress says, by the way, have you been keeping up with the new ZBrush stuff coming? Anything interesting? I have not, because I There's no way I'm going to spend money on it, so I don't even look. Pro tip for saving money. Don't even look. I have a perpetual license for ZBrush, so if I wanted any of the new features they're doing, I would have to pay the full price, and then I would also be locked into the subscription model in order to keep using it, which is a joke. There we go. These are some better feet. Let's use the clay brush. There we go. That's the volume I wanted. You know, I had the idea of doing these kind of streams a while ago, like this creating a character with y'all, but I was worried it'd feel like too much work, like I was trying to outsource it to y'all, or I don't know. So my point is, I'm very excited that you guys are having so much fun with it, kind of creating the lore and whatnot. If the Taverb's ever having a sleepy day, I'm obviously going to be totally okay with that too. But this is just so fun. It's like a very interactive kind of stream, you know? Because I just remember there's so many times we were streaming and I'd be working on a request, like always, and you guys would have these great ideas, but it would push the bounds of the request a little bit, so I wouldn't be able to do it. That's not going to be an issue anymore. Empress says, madam, the amount of people who love pitching in respectfully since the start of your journey. Yeah, this is true. This is true. It seems like an endless supply, and I love it. So I'm finally like, I'm going to capitalize on that. All right, I need to contain this belly. It is outside of the pants right now. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I mean, I'm just gonna have an apron anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. The apron's gonna be so important. Let me start blocking that out. Duke has a meeting to get to. That's gonna be way less fun, I think. Oh, an email meeting. My favorite. Thanks for tuning in, though. Have not fun at your email meeting. All right, let's start making this apron. I love this one right here with the big bow, so we're probably gonna base it off of that. I'm also gonna just remove some of this belly. We're gonna just chill for a second. We're also going to rotate the elbows in a touch because he's looking a little too intense. There we go. Alrighty. Apron time. Okay, how do I want to do this? It's going to be 4 different pieces. We're going to have the straps. We're going to have the top part, the belt with a bow, and then the bottom part. Okay, I have a plan. Let's do the thing. I'm going to mask a shape here for the top part, kind of just like this rectangle, and then I'm going to extract it at 0 thickness. We're going to inflate it so it sits on top of the model instead of being tucked into his glorious chest hair, and then Z-remesh by half a few times. I Z-remesh, this is to clean up the topology a little bit. The lower it is, less polys, less problems. Gotta tuck in that chest hair. All right, we have the top portion. And the next is going to be this, you know, belt bow. For that, it's actually going to be a lot of fabric sculpting, so I'm just going to throw a ring on him. I don't want to do too much sculpting on this part yet because I'm not certain on the shape he's going to be. He's going to be stout, but I don't know how stout. There we go. And then some sort of like knot right here. So for that, I'm simply going to add a cube, put this off to the side, just like that. And then we're gonna have some loops that come off of it. So for that, I'm gonna use clay tube. Make sure that picker is at 1C. Also not clay tube, curved tube. They're different brushes. Make that a bit thinner. There we go. Excellent. It's like little details like this that are so important to your model. You don't have to go crazy about making them perfect and clean. It's just the fact that they exist at all. Does that make sense? All right, I got this like droopy bow, and then of course it needs to have the tail end of it. Here we are. And then I'm gonna grab my Move Topological brush to kind of just put a small curve on these, otherwise it looks weird. Excellent, now that I have that down, I'm still gonna merge all those pieces together. So now the belt is one section, just so it's a little easier to manage. And now we continue. Oh, I haven't added any color to this. I should probably be poly painting this too. I'll do that. If the apron starts at the waist, the belly can pop out. That's true. It was like an under waist. You know, well, the way that I'm building this in different components, we'll be able to do a version of that too and try that around. So I like it. And then Empress says, some of us don't even try to tell you what to do before the blockout is done. That's how respectful we are and how much we enjoy watching you work. I legit cannot find, no shade, anyone else who streams at the same level of vibes you do. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Sean says, I don't watch a ton of streams. In fact, I don't at all. So I don't know comparison vibes for sure, but I sure super appreciate the chillness and friendliness here. Like, I feel super welcome here. It's really easy to slip in and be held as a friend. I love that. I grew up as an outcast throughout all of grade school, and this feels good. Yeah, so I wasn't. I was definitely super well liked in school, but the reason why I kind of trail off is because I sought out kids like you. Like, literally. Like, that's what I did. I, like, collected all of my misfits. It was great. There's one that I super regret. Sweetest girl ever. Lovely. Eden. She's just fantastic. But anyway, I was late on her. I didn't like really start befriending her until 7th grade. She was like such a pariah for no good reason. You know how kids are. Kids are cruel. Oh my God. Anyway, and then it was around 7th grade where I was like, we're all weird. All my friends were weird. And I was like, why don't we just grab her too? And it was great because all the teachers and teachers' aides loved her, and a couple of them hated me. It's drama. And so it was great. So when she was in our friend group, it was like this win-win. It was so funny. Oh, it was so cool. She would end up being one of the first people to ever buy art from me, ever. How funny is that? And then I also, on a fun note, she ended up being like super gay. And I know it sounds silly to say that, but like I just didn't expect it. And like seeing her in Hawaii with her girlfriend, I was like, that makes so much sense. And like just both of them glowing, gorgeous. And again, she's very much so like that ugly duckling story. It was just cool. But yeah, the outcast thing, I'm sorry that happened to you. There were a couple kids I brought in high school that some people that are outcasted are just jerks, and that's why. But they still deserve a chance. So yeah. But that's probably why. And I don't think people even outcast others like on purpose necessarily. It's just kind of like easier to keep the status quo. It just seems so arbitrary, you know? And probably because it is. You collected outcasts. Oh my god. Yeah, did I say that weird? Paint. I was the outcast collector as well. Yeah, right? Okay, cool. Like, in high school, I didn't go to any parties. Like, it's not that I wasn't invited. If I wanted to go, I definitely was friends with some like the preps or whatever. I'm sure it would have been fine. But I threw parties. Like, and we were lame. That's the Twister story that I have, you know? It was good. Yeah. Exactly. Absolutely. Aloha said, the Taverb kind of feels like an outcast club where we chill and support each other. I agree. I know it sounds silly and like snooty to say, but like, I don't just take anyone though. Like, some people are jerks and they should be alone for a bit until they learn to be less of a jerk. You know? Like, it's the like, actually nerds that are just insufferable. Like, I can be like that too, but I have some self-awareness when I'm being like that. Yeah. When Delia said, did y'all have that one person in high school that everyone bullied? I had that kid in my high school, and then even some of the teachers would pick on. Oh, that's terrible. Oh my god. That was, again, there wasn't like a whole lot of like bullying in my grade school because it was a kindergarten through 8th grade, and there's something about when you have 5-year-olds around that you're just like, it makes you less of a dick, I think. In high school, I'm sure there was terrible bullying going on. I just have no idea. I was in such a bubble when I was in high school. Aloha, yes, like, damn bitch, even we can't take you in. Exactly. I just want to be clear. We're very open, but like, I do not suffer fools. Oh, that's so sweet, Shans. I love that. Yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, I'm glad that you were collected. Sometimes it just takes a bit. Okay, I'm making him look a little bit like a French maid. Why does this look adorable? Oh, I need to lower this. Okay, I see. Proportions are so important. When you take this belt, instead of having it up here, when you put it way down here. Because I was like, oh no, he's a French maid. He's looking too cute. That's better. I don't know how to deal with the straps and the fluff at the same time. We're gonna take this here. We're gonna go to picker and then continuous Z, so it's gonna follow the model. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not perfect. I know you guys know that, but like, I definitely had friends that I got super distant with in high school, and looking back, it was stupid. I shouldn't have. I don't think that made them feel very good either. But I was also 15, so I tried to give myself a little bit of slack. And fun fact, I don't talk to any of my high school friends anymore. That's a whole other story. I'm very grateful to have the friends that I have as an adult, though. But even if I didn't meet any friends in college, I do think like streaming and having the Discord community would be enough for me. I kind of have like social needs of a cactus. Like, I really like being alone. But obviously, we're herd animals. We need other people, and I know that. Okay, these straps in the back should cross. They should not be like this. So we're gonna take this one and we're gonna swoosh it over. You know what? We're gonna delete this entirely. I don't like it. We're gonna try again. Okay, we're gonna take this. We're gonna do one strap at a time because they're gonna cross in the back, which is gonna cause symmetry problems. So your best bet is making one and then duplicating it. The whiplash between like ZBrush talk and like high school talk is cracking me up right now. I'm like getting really serious and I'm like, okay, so Dog Man. Oh my goodness. Yep. Aloha says, some of the people you meet at 15, 16 be the worst people ever, but even worse is that the teachers I beef with students. Like, damn, you're over 30 years old beefing with teenagers to make their life hell. Yep, that was me. I had that problem with the teacher, and I'm not shy about it. My physics and chemistry teacher, Tina Lopes. I got no problem with that. Why were you so... what was your problem with me? Oh my God. Like, I think if she had any idea what was happening in my home life, she'd back off. Chemistry was fine. And then like when I went back for physics, she shook the hand of every kid that went in. And when she shook my hand, I'm not kidding. She looked at me with everyone around and said, "You're brave to come back." By the way, like I got an A in the class. I got like a 99. I took that class so seriously because I knew it was going to be like tricky. I don't know. Looking back though, I wouldn't be surprised if she was like, "I didn't hate you. You were fine." And I'm like, "You did not treat me very nicely." I don't know. That's weird, guys. Adults can be really weird. Now, you realize at some point that they also don't have it figured out, but like, ridiculous. Believe me. I mean, everyone's got stuff going on, right? So I just can't imagine piling onto that for a kid. That's crazy. All right, we got 1 strap. We're gonna duplicate and mirror. And now we got 2 strap. All right. It is funny the way that like teachers like you didn't like or that were mean or whatever, then like you hold on to it. Like her favorite team is the LA Rams. So now I hate that football team and I root against them, and they have a great season this year and it's the worst. Also, like the team that like my dad always liked was the Cardinals growing up because, you know, Arizona, Phoenix, that's where he was raised. And like one of the worst teams in the league this year, okay, the worst team in the league this year is the Tennessee Titans. And the only team that they have beat is the Cardinals. And I was just like, this is so physically painful. At least it was close, but God. Also, I really appreciate y'all being vague and not just like trauma dumping on each other and being weird. Like you could talk about stuff without being weird. You know what I mean? I know Lois noticed that. There's been people on our Discord that will every now and then share a little too much, and I'll just kind of like, boop. I don't like delete the message to be spiteful. I'm kind of like, oh, that's for your therapist, honey. Aloha says, Sean's gives me the vibes of that really cool person sitting away from your table that you want to go and collect to be a part of your nerd crew. Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of things come full circle. I hear ya. I hear ya. And you guys know how I am. I look at the view count. I'm like, cool, there's like about 10 of us here. And I'm like, this is our little safe place. Okay, I do think he needs like a shirt and like a collar. So, not like a dog collar, like a literal collar. And I don't want to sculpt the collar, so I'm gonna go grab that from my tools. They're not the worst thing. I've done it on stream. I've shown how to do them before. I'm just not doing it right now. Shirt. Here we go. Sometimes I think I have it with heads. Not here. Yeah. There it is. Perfect. That looks like a vampire. Let's get this fit. Oh my gosh, he's got such a weird head shape, so it's gonna kind of be tricky to fit this. I can do it though. Kind of open. And then we are going to simplify some of this. A brush I really like to use to block out clothes and stuff is the slash brush, because it kind of looks like a seam. There we go. So I can start drawing on top of this model here. to kind of mimic clothes, and then we'll do probably a cleaner version of it later on. All right, we're gonna split this into its own piece. Very good. Like this. Where is Lazy Mouse? This is my own UI. How do I not know where it is? Oh, there it is. How do I do this? So there's the collar, and that's part of the shirt, and it would look like this. Yes. Something kind of like that. Just getting some stuff thrown on here and blocked out. And I'll probably come back and do some really awesome fabric folds on the cuff of this. Yeah, I got some plans. I feel like a Taverb field trip would be so funny, Mia trying to wrangle the peasants. Absolutely. Like, I'm not necessarily the kind of itinerary person that would have it written down, but it'd be in here still. And I'm flexible. But also, like, when we're doing something, it's time to go do that thing. Have I been to Dollywood? Ha! Have I been to Dollywood? Oh, yes. We didn't get season passes this year, but we did last year. We went like 5 times. It was fantastic. You guys are so sweet. I'm just reading through the chat what I missed. Every stream is a Taverb field trip. That's adorable. And that concept is exactly why I want to do the Taverb Chronicles. Why are you so adorable versus my references? Okay, the collar is helping, but he is still just so cute. You look like a French maid, and I just can't figure out why. I like the idea of straps being a bit lower. More like that. Okay, that's the neck area, so we're gonna leave that alone. And this is something that I didn't get to do very much on previous streams. I would just like make it work, but now I'm just having fun really being able to kind of push these shapes and change the design and really pick something that I'm really happy with, which is really fun. He wouldn't be pigeon-toed. If anything, he'd be a little more stout. All right, let's make a little cuff. Mirror and weld. Grab the top of the arm here. Very good. And then mask and lasso. This weird like one piece sculpting instead of extracting is something that I did a lot more on my break. I don't think it's a better way of sculpting necessarily, it's just keeping things fresh for me, I think, more than anything. When you do the same thing like literally hundreds of times, you start to go kind of insane where it's like, okay, mask, extract, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? There we go. I so agree with that, Aloha, and that's why on the very rare occasions we do get someone that's kind of rude or like sharp, I get rid of them immediately because I'm just like, we don't tolerate that here. All right, So ZBrush crashed, which is fine, because I actually do think in this specific instance, I do want to extract and split, which is funny. I'm definitely not used to the ZBrush crashing, because it doesn't happen when I'm not streaming. I closed Discord and that helped. Pull up my activity monitor and just have that floating up here. There we go. All right, we look good. Oh, I forget, it's YouTube. YouTube, for some reason, like the chat is super like, it's you guys crashing my stream. But no, seriously, it's just the browser like is super poorly optimized. It's odd. There we go. Sean's, you were correct. Yes. Aloha, sad face. You're okay. Again, I'm just gonna start putting this, you guys are gonna live on my iPad instead, and that will be easy. All right, so we've made this little cuff right here. There we are. Perfect. Oh, absolutely. You are correct. I mean, I'm not, yeah, never mind. I was gonna say, I don't think it's a hard rule, but then I started thinking about like my adult friends that I have, and I'm like, no, that checks out still. Shout out to Walker. That's my friend who recently, I guess not recently, but within a year, got their PhD in mechanical engineering. They're a little, yeah, no, that, I never really connected that, yeah. Okay, he's looking awesome. Moving this face around, it's just so ridiculous, guys. Like any changes I do, I like. I don't want to make this too ridiculous looking, but it's hard not to because it's just, it's right there and it's very funny. So it's very different than the style that I did for the gunslinger, but that's just because it's my dog and he's just my little guy. He's just my little babe. So stupid. Oh my goodness. A Mia meme has been made on Discord. Here we go, look on my phone. The suspense. Where is it? There it is. Oh yeah, it does. It reminds you of like this character from, I think that's from Full Metal as well. Yeah. Mia and the viewers. That's fantastic. Like having you on a leash. That's great. I do love that. Oh my goodness. All right, I think I've done a better job with the apron, not making him look like a French maid. So that's been good. hands are weirding me out. I just keep making them shorter and shorter, and I'm still like, they're not nubby enough. I thought I deleted these already. Am I crazy? Yeah, I did. There we go. Oh yeah, that is a good time. Fellow creatives, if you're also working right now, don't forget to save. Hey, Mikey's is here. Hello, hello. What equipment do you use in your post-production of your 3D prints? I did respond to you on Discord already, but just so everyone can hear it too. I have that fancy cure and wash machine, but I also like having a toothbrush to scrub with IPA and then those little like snips. Yeah. I like this more stylized look that I've taken for this approach. This is looking good. All right, I have a new poll up, which is about coloring. Do you want to color them? Yes, color, or just more shape work? I am cool with either. %50 color, 50% shape work. Let's keep voting. Pin that poll. I close it without voting like a silly. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I can pin it. It should just be at the top still. This is true. You guys haven't seen Ricky in a hot minute. Yeah, if you've closed the poll, I don't know how you can reopen it. I can't control where it is. For me, it just sits at the top. It just sits right here. You can just tell me your vote instead. There's not a ton of people here, so I'll remember. I think I can handle 1 out of 10. I like our silhouette work here. This is fun. This is looking good. All right, more shape work is barely in the lead. So if you want me to color this, you gotta speak up now. You're being overrun. Oh, there you go. Clever. He's looking tougher, you know? Good, good, good. I do want to start building up other pieces. Now it's time to start building like the storytelling of it. I mean, as if we haven't been doing that already, but even more. Mikey says, going to start your class soon. Is there anything I should get before I start? Like my class? Like I can teach you? Oh, that'd be so freaking cool. I would love that. Okay. You need some copy of ZBrush. I don't care where you get it. They used to have ZBrush Core, and then they got rid of that. Sad. Unless you're proficient in Blender enough to know techniques, then that's fine. But for the most part, ZBrush and then some sort of drawing tablet. You do not need what I have. I have an insane $1,000 tablet. You don't need that. And you shouldn't even get that unless you're sculpting every day for hours like I am. But yeah, some sort of art tablet. You can get one with a screen or without a screen. It just depends like what's comfortable for you. Everyone's a little different on that. But that's really it. You just need, oh, and an internet connection, I guess, and a computer. Why is it hard to move my camera? I need to put a sticky note of where I put it. I'll figure that out later. I'm being particular about this, and I shouldn't be. It's fine. Okay, good enough. All right, we're gonna create a base here. I'm just gonna add a simple base with absolutely nothing on it, and then we will design that as well. Not yet. I want to start building this little scene that he's a part of, you know? Oh my god, he's so cute and silly looking. I can't believe I made this from scratch. Sean says, God, the past few weeks have been miserable for me. I desperately needed some positive social interaction. This stream hit the spot. Mwah. I get you. Sometimes life just keeps coming and you're like, stop. Help. Sean's, Mia, when she's a really good modeler, makes up from scratch. Surprise Pikachu face. Yeah. Again, I mentioned before, like, in my life, like, the way that I talk, I have this like bad thing that happens where like, I don't know if it's my tone or that I use sentences. I don't know what it is, but like people just think I know what I'm talking about all of the time. So they don't always correct me when I'm wrong, which is weird. So like I go through life being like, yeah, I'm a confident person. And like, I am. But then like, also I'm like super surprised when like I, you know, do art and do things. And I'm like, maybe I'm not as confident as I thought. I don't know. And it's like, some people are like, oh, it just means you're just humble. I'm like, no, I am surprised. I think that's common though. Like a lot of people that I admire have like, what is it? Imposter syndrome going on and stuff. There are some artists I like, and Aloha knows all about this, like really high level 3D artists will be like, I'm okay. And I'm like, how can you say that? At what point do you like get really proud of your work and be like, I'm hot shit? Because you can do that and be humble. I know it sounds contradictory, but it's not. I think you stop being humble when you're not open to learning new things. Like you can think you're hot shit and then also be like always seeking new knowledge, always seeking feedback and like being flexible and being interested in different methods, you know what I mean? Like that's the difference between being arrogant and being humble, or at least interested in learning. Yeah. I also think the holidays just bring out a weird time. Like it's getting cold and dark all the time. So. Holidays have always been weird for me because I had a really weird relationship with school. And I always had like finals on my birthday, which sucked, you know? Like, can you think of something worse than having a super big stressful test on your birthday every single year? And then like Christmas is weird, and like my family life growing up was weird. I know a lot of you guys know, like, I have no contact with my mom. I haven't talked to or seen her in 14 years. She's just bad. But anyway, so it always made it kind of weird. And I was sitting on the couch feeling weird, and he was just like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm not sure. And like straight up, he was like, he sits next to me and I'm like, yes, can I help you? And he's like, are you sad because holidays are stressful and when you were a kid they were stressful? And I started crying and I was like so mad because I'm like almost a 30-year-old woman and I'm like, when I was 8, I don't know. I think it's part of it. Like, I forget that, like, the kid in you is still there. You know what I mean? So sometimes things pop up and you gotta just treat yourself with a little bit of grace. So you keep on keeping on. You sculpt your dog as a barkeeper, and there you go. Oh, man. And now that is a meme in Taverb Chronicles. Very good. Very good. It's true. Yeah, the holidays are Aloha. So we have a secret mod chat, which is me, Satyr, and Reaper. And Aloha put a really sweet message in there, just being like, "Hey guys, holidays are a lot for everyone, for a lot of people. So if you guys need anything, let me know." And I thought that was really sweet. Yeah. That's so sweet. The inner kid didn't go anywhere. They just got taller. Be sure to take care of them. So true. So true. Some people didn't get taller. Some of my friends growing up were really short. And they're still really short. Oh my god, it's so cute. This bow here is not speaking to me. Can you guys think, for some reason, if there would be a lore interesting knot? I don't even know what that would mean. And like, I'm not gonna like sculpt like a bowline knot, which I only know how to sculpt like, or sculpt tie like one day out of the month. I'm not super good with like remembering tactile stuff unless I've done it like hundreds of times. I don't know why. Sean says, I work at a craft store specifically, and we're being pushed to make certain numbers on our reward signups. Oh my god. And we're being threatened with bribes if we fail to meet the most ridiculous quotas. Dude, oh my god. If I've noticed that sometimes, and like, I am that person where they're like, "Oh, you want to sign up for our rewards?" And I look at them and I'm like, "Does this help you if I do it?" And if they're like, "No, what do you mean?" Then I don't do it. But if they're like, "Yes, I do," sometimes to a fault. I had some really annoying salesmen show up at my door like a year ago or something, and I was like, "Are you not getting paid unless you like talk at me for 20 minutes?" And they're like, "It helps," and I'm like, "Sure." But then they were kind of a jerk. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Aloha says, for the Taverb Chronicles, can we put your logo on the model somewhere, maybe the base, or even something small, like on the beer mug or on his belt? Yes, and I can do that easily because you made an alpha for me, which I still have. It's one of the few things that I have saved conveniently on my computer. Logo, not log. That's going to bring up a million different files. I don't know where I named it though. That's just, those are the new logos. I guess we didn't do an alpha of the new one yet. Which I know how to do. I'm not going to make you do that. I know how to do that. And I like either one. Sean says, an ad right when Mia starts her dude. And I'm like, do I say dude? I do still say dude. That's like my California remnant still there. Yeah, Aloha, I'm going to send you the new logos. I don't know why I'm trying to take every single bit of work. I'm getting better at that too. Like, yeah. There are things that like, as I'm back with streaming and like the little busy work things, I'm getting better. Updating 8 updates? Jesus, Discord. You've been closed for like an hour. Anyway, delegating stuff to peasants, mods, whatever. I'm more open to that. It's not like a security risk. I'm just weird sometimes where I'm like, oh, I'll just do it. I'll just do it. And I do that indefinitely. I'm pretty sure you just turn the image white and black is all you do. But like, I don't remember. And honestly, I don't want to remember. I'm just gonna send them to you, Aloha. If you make logos out of them, great. Or if I use ZBrush, if you don't, it doesn't matter. But I'm finally just sending stuff your way to be like, bam. Look at me, accepting help. Bam. Yes. Mikey says, there was talk. Are you gonna stream again this week? Probably. Probably. Yes. If I stream again, it will be... If I don't stream tomorrow, I'll for sure stream Friday. Oh, good. Empress got the book. Good, 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 good. Yep, Anatomy for 3D Artists, the teal cover. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, they're literally a monochrome height map. They are. Yeah. Yeah. All right. We are 50-50 on coloring him versus more shape work. We did get some shape work done. Let me see if I can get some like sexy fabric folds going on because I've gotten really good at doing them. My only issue is that I kind of went for like a cuter style on this character, so I don't want it to look weird. Sometimes I need emotional support fabric folds too. Kind of just gonna put an edge right here. What I've noticed with fabric folds, and like I'm gonna say this especially loud for Aloha and Empress, go insane with your fabric folds. Like literally set like whatever your Z intensity is, like okay, this feels good, double it, and then sculpt your fabric folds. Trust me. And it's not that paint isn't at that level yet, it's just because your fabric folds are pretty good already. And for how little you've sculpted paint, they're pretty freaking good. So I think you just working naturally, you're gonna get there. All right, see I did like 50, I'm gonna go like 80, which is not double, I know, but anyway. Okay, so let's just carve, let's just add a bunch of stuff. All right, let's do a Y shape. Come on. There we go. That's kind of an intense one. It's the like randomness factor to it that kind of like breaks my brain a little bit too. Because it just looks so lumpy initially. And I'm like, yep, just get them on there. Nope. And then don't forget that when you're making fabric folds, you're not just adding material, you're also taking it away. Very important. See, they look really intense and look kind of dumb, but like now that you have this, you can like start building on top of it and it really starts to look like a thing. Where is the pug butt and curly tail? There it is. It's just not a very intense pug butt right now. Paint says, thank you for the compliment. You're very welcome. Also, you used the wrong version of compliment. Actually, you spelled the whole thing wrong. Usually it's like whether it's the E or the I, and I got that wrong for so long. E is for like tea compliments scones kind of thing. And then like I'm being nice to you as a compliment with an I. Why do we even have different spelling for that if we pronounce them exactly the same? Anyway. But yeah, I think you've sculpted fabric folds like 3 times paint and like, yeah, they actually look like fabric folds at all. That's a success. Aloha, the fabric folds you did on that, like the girl, not the angel, because that was armor. The one before it, the one that was like walking. The rogue, I think. They're so gorgeous. I also know they took you forever. So maybe if you just like double your intensity, you'll get there a little faster too. Those were so good. I am severely lacking Aloha art right now. But I totally get life things, so not a problem. I'm just excited for Aloha art whenever that happens. Okay, what the heck kind of fabric folds would even be happening here? Oh, also another tip for fabric folds. When you're drawing a line, which I didn't do down here, I forgot, pretend like you're drawing your line for your fabric fold and like you're really cold. So like kind of like tremble a tiny bit while you do it. I swear it adds another level to it. Paint says, like I said, English is my native and I am shit. Oh, that's great. Oh, and then lazy radius is a good one too. I don't know why I like forgot how to, all the things I normally do, I'd like stop doing. Ugh, my gosh. I just think these kind of fabric folds, like they look so messy compared to the way that I normally do them. And when I'm sculpting like silk and like things that I like and I consider beautiful, that's fine. You know, like silk and like the way gauzy fabric, like, you know, like it looks like water rushing on itself. Most fabric doesn't look like that. So I look at like my sweatshirt, I'm like, I need to learn how to sculpt those kind of fabric folds too, instead of putting these like gauzy, gorgeous fabric folds, drapery on everything, because that's just not, this is not what it is. There we go, some like wrinkles. If I had to sculpt wrinkly fabric, I would just collapse. So that's when I realized, I'm like, I need to start getting better at this. And if it gets a little too thin, that's totally fine. You can come in with move and back face mask and then start like adding even more variety to the kind of folds that you have. And then smooth them again. And then carve. Yep. Fabric folds, XYZ. Easy as ABC. If it said ABC, it's XYZ. I'm gonna lower my intensity a little bit and then kind of just add some like surface noise and like wrinkliness to this. The perfect smooth is also hurting you unless you are doing like a smooth chibi style thing. All right, that's gonna paint beautifully. Paint says, I have major issues with drawing over sculpting. My brain thinks in 3D and making it 2D is really hard. I have the same problem. I have the exact same problem. I did a Z shape there, and then I'm removing the material to continue it. Smoothing this bridge because it got a little thin. I didn't do any of the handshake though, that would have helped. Oop. It's funny, I'm always like, those look ridiculous, and I zoom out and I'm like, oh, it actually looks kind of cool. Oh, goodness. What's this? Is that a piece still? Why are these not lining up anymore? What happened? We're just gonna delete that, pretend that didn't happen. And then we're going to close holes on this. Here we go. And then we're gonna fix that shape. Phew. All right, he's got arms again. I don't know when that happened, but we fixed it. Alright, and Aloha does have work to share. I can ask Mike if I can share the most recent work I've been doing because it's a secret. Also, check DMs when can. Will do. Yeah, I usually have Discord up, but I don't right now. Alright, looking like a thing. Thank you. Those look good. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. 2 examples, brush type I used, and then the result using chisel. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I know how to do that. I literally know how to do that. I don't know why. I was just like, I don't even want to remember how to do that. Can I just give this to you? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I literally have a lesson on my website on how to do that. I think you guys know this, that I like, I watch my own videos sometimes because I don't remember everything. Yeah, okay. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, look at these messy fabric folds. I like them. This is the way. Hello, so that's okay. You sculpt, Doggo Man. I can do tedious small things. I really appreciate you. I do. Educational inception, the master, learning from the master. All right, I want to get some color on here. Let me save this. So the goal was to do a rough sculpt with body and head. We definitely went a little past that, which is great. I don't have anything that's making him look super barkeeper-y right now, but we will. We will. Also, I want this fabric to like bend over itself even more. Let me just mask the bottom and then like really get that layer moved. Stop biting me. This isn't working. Okay. It's not working because I'm using the move brush. And what would really benefit is preserving that line with a mask and then adding volume. That's the issue. Okay, okay. Add volume. And then I can use move and backface mask to build up that volume even further. And then with a little smooth. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. There we go. We're starting to get some of that droopy fabric goodness. Still needs to be cleaned up quite a lot, but I am happy with it. Good. Some stuff. Oh, that's right. Sean's isn't getting any drawing done. That's okay. You can just vibe. This is good. All right, so to color this, we're gonna move over to Skin Shade. There he is, kind of weird. And then I'm gonna adjust my light scene. Get some warm light in here. Good. Make sure everything else is looking good, the ambient occlusion, all that jazz. I don't think there's anything else I wanna do. And then we're gonna change my paintbrush to drag rectangle. The first thing we're gonna do is get a color for the pug himself. This is kind of tricky because he is black. So I'll go with a blue color. I mean, I could do a red gray. Anyway, my point is that you don't just go to black, obviously. And it does matter whether you have like a red toned one or a blue toned one. I don't know why it's not color shifting the way it's supposed to. Stop changing my value. That's really annoying. If I move this outer ring, it should preserve the value and just change the hue, but it's not doing that. It's fine. All right. We don't want him green. I think a reddish. He does kind of have reddish tones in his undercoat, actually. So we'll do that. Make sure RGB intensity is to 100, and I can just fill object on anything that is a body part. There we go. We have those colors set. And then from here, we'll just do the main block out of color. I do like the idea of a red shirt. He does look quite good in red, and the harness I have for him is red. I like the color scheme of this guy just in general, so I'll probably just not reinvent the wheel. I think these colors are looking really desaturated and they're not really my favorite, but color isn't my strong suit, but I understand it well, like the fundamentals. So I just have to go through a couple of steps. It's like when you're trying to draw a circle, and like I know what a circle looks like obviously, but I can't just draw the circle the first time. I have to kind of like sketch it, but I'll get better at it. Duke said to Sean's, the vibe is definitely what pulled me into the Taverb. I have the artistic talent of a potato. So definitely the people and the vibes. So you're incredibly versatile because potatoes can be many things. Wow, that's a great answer, Sean's. Okay, now you're listing all the different things you can make with potatoes. That's very silly. I love it. I think I might go with more like a dirty off-white. Or that, I don't know. Never mind, that thing I just said, we're mumbling off into nothing. I don't know what I mean. That's better. And then this is part of the red shirt, actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, we do have a color here. Neato. And then we'll kind of get some darker tones in here. I like to go with a kind of a mid-tone initially, and then that way I have room to go darker and lighter. Of course, a bit of a lighter color for the nose. Maybe the tips of the ears. And then for his actual like eye color, I don't know, dark as night. And then maybe we'll do just like a little highlight, but not so literal on the pug aspect there, where they're like totally crooked. Maybe I can go with like an even darker color here. There we go. I'm just making sure that that works. It does. We're going to soften the RGB intensity. There we go. I was running out of room color-wise. The bigger the pupils, the more friendly he's gonna look, so we don't want him looking like this because that would be horrible. Yeah. Probably a little too strong on the pure white. It is a highlight though. There we go. Oh, DW's back. Hello, hello. Attempt number 2 at a stream today. Yes, I have named the stream episode 1.5. There we go. I just feel like part of the problem is it just looks so dark. Kind of bump my scene a little bit too. Okay, there we go. There we go. JW says, that is one burly looking Tavernkeeper. I love it. Thank you. But adorable still. Because I've done more realistic pugs, like Pugfolk, hence the gunslinger here. But like this is my dog. So obviously I can't change that. My dad is gonna love this. I kind of like that. And obviously I'm not just making him like a standard, just like full black pug, because I feel like that would make this really confusing. Color palette wise, anyway. Kind of looking a bit more like a tan pug, which I'm fine with that. I like that better. See, I do okay with colors eventually. It just kind of takes me a bit. I kind of run over them a few times. Give him a smile. Okay. So we're going to raise up his eyes a little bit. Oh my goodness. It is time to save. I was just thinking the same thing, Empress. Oh, and the little tongue. He does do that. I'm surprised it's not in either one of these pictures. Okay, I have to stop everything for a second here to find a picture of my dog doing this because he does this all the time. That is so accurate. Oh yeah, toe beans. Sean's hour 45 into the stream and no sketching has happened at all. Poor Sean's. It's okay, you're just vibing today. You needed it. Here we go. Very, very easily found a picture of him doing it. All right, it is on our Discord right now. And if you're like, I don't have the Discord, sure you do. There's an invite at the top of the chat. What about like just like a little mischievous? The lowered brow, just a tiny bit. I like it, yeah, just a little mischief. Looks like it's Hi-M2 Dynamesh at low resolution for science. Speak and you shall receive. Is that low enough? Here we go. Brought to you by Empress. Thanks, Empress. He's beautiful. I don't know why you guys watch my streams. Sounds good, Aloha. I'm gonna end the stream like right now anyway, so perfect timing. My goal is to stream every day for like 2 hours, 12 to 2 every day. I think that'd be perfect. It fit into my work day, and then I kind of catch a lot of you guys. So yeah. We did a lot of work today. Jeez. I'm thinking about where this started 2 hours ago. 10 out of 10 would buy. Will be for sale. Actually, I don't know. These Taverb Chronicle models, I kind of don't have a plan for them yet. Killing it with my ads today. All right, where did we start this stream today? I want to show you guys. Yeah, This is where we started. Oh my goodness. Good job, team. I really thought we were sculpting slow. I'm like, oh, we're just kicking back. This is chill. And I'm like, where did this come from? It's been an hour and a half. Take a screenshot of that to share with the peasants that missed the stream. Very nice. Well, that was fun. All right, well, this was a hit. All right, the lore scroll is starting to be written, and it will be finished when the model is finished. I got all of your notes. I have your peasant honors. Thank you guys for just being creative and lovely. Oop, that's my elbow. Anyway, thank you for being creative and lovely. This has been really fun. If you want to see the finished lore scroll and just be part of this community, join our Discord. It's a pinned message at the top. It says be one of the peasants. Who wouldn't want to be a peasant? Anyway, and if you want the 3D printable model, that will be available on Patreon. Links in the description. Yes, yes, yes. I think that's everything. All right. Thank you guys so much. This is really fun. Yeah. JW says, you get more done in 2 hours than I do in 2 days. Hey, different scope of projects. You know, if you made a goofy little dude, I know you could do it too. All right, you guys. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. Sean's, I see your comment. That's really nice of you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'll see you guys again. I don't know when I'm going to stream again. Probably this week for sure. If I don't stream tomorrow, I will for sure Friday. So, all you need to know is that if there's going to be a stream, it will be at noon Eastern time. So it's easy as that. You can just jump on YouTube or Discord, be like, hey, it's noon. Is there a stream? You will know because I'll post about it there. All right, sweet. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.